Go.
Guardians lose to Boston 7-1 yesterday.
Yeah.
I was excited with what Logan Allen gave them. 5 strong innings, gave up 2 runs. I think he struck out 8.
8 again, 16 and 2 starts
He's
now.
that guy. Yeah. I think he's the guy that we thought he was going to be. What are your thoughts on what Logan Allen has been so far?
Like the young pup. I like what he's brought, and he wasn't even one of the tippy top prospects, but that's the thing about the Guardians. They always get, if they bring you up, you got something. I like the fact that, and it's just so sad that he pitched that well. Gave up 2 earned runs, only 4 hits. Struck out 8. I think he struck out 8 the last game. And it sucks because it was one of those games where you could just tell these bats is not going to do nothing.
Now, I thought that Saturday, and they mount a rally, and they tie the game, and then here comes Clase, and Clase looked horrible.
Yeah.
He didn't record an out. And they lose the game in extra innings after scoring in the top of the 10th. That, to me, was the gut punch.
Oh, yeah.
But Logan Allen is the guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, his stuff is not overpowering. He's not in that Bybee, Gavin Williams, Espino level of type of prospect where their stuff, they're throwing 98, 99. He's not throwing that hard. I do think they're going to get a book out on him. He is going to get hit, and then he's going to have to see how he adjusts from there. So I'm not ready to declare him as the guy, but he's off to a great start. You can't dispute with what he's doing. I'm just curious when teams get a little bit more tape on him and when they see his sequences, when they see his stuff, he is going to get hit a little bit just because he's not overpowering and dominating. I don't think the lineup, it's May 1st. It's frustrating to watch, but I do think guys are going to come around as the weather warms. Bats should heat up a little bit. They'll make some sort of move at the deadline. We've talked about it before. Bull and I have gone around and around. I think they probably will add a right-handed bat at the deadline if Naylor can't figure it out by then. Naylor just looks terrible.
Tito had Naylor hitting in a game late last week against lefties, 1-run game late.
Yeah.
And I'm scratching my head. When he didn't call for a pinch hitter, I go, well, here comes a strikeout.
And I think he would tell you, if he's being honest, well, it's April, and we want to give him those opportunities right now.
But don't we know what he is against lefties?
Yes and no. I mean, he hasn't shown anything, and Bull and I have argued about this at length. Mm-hmm. No, he hasn't shown the ability to hit lefties, but I'm not ready to give up on him, but I'm getting pretty darn close. It's just
it feels like he's just a platoon guy. And you got to be able to put the bat on the ball. You got to be able to do something against lefties.
And I thought Zach Meisel put this really well. I was talking to Zach about it, and Zach's like, once you close that door, you don't really reopen it. Once you declare,
then he'd have to be moved to another team that might try again.
Yeah, once you declare you can't hit lefties, well, now you've just declared, and you can't go back on that. And now it's a full-time
but you know what?
platoon.
Give him a chance. I just hated that it was a pressure situation. Every win is going to be gold in this division, and I knew what was coming before it happened. We should never know that. He just hasn't been able to do it. Now look, if he turns it around and suddenly can hit lefties, it's going to be one of the very few times that that's happened. The body of work is big enough. We've seen it. We know what it is. He just cannot hit left-handed pitching.
And at the rate we're going, I think in July you'll see a trade for a right-handed bat. And
I would hope
so.
They'll bring
some.
I would hope so.
The Twins aren't really running away with it, but I think they got to keep it close. I don't think they can get down 7, 8 games in the division.
To that point, they've lost 4 straight series. They've lost 6 of their last 7 series, and they're at Yankee Stadium beginning tonight. So it could easily be 5 straight series losses, 7 of 8 series losses. They're currently 13-15. They're only 3.5 behind the Twins because the Twins aren't, a juggernaut. They're not running away with anything yet, but it gets late pretty early. And you can't let that grow to 7 or 8 games in May.
No, and you got a series with Minnesota coming up right after the Yankees. So that should be an opportunity.
Hopefully you can make it, but that can go either way.
Right.
And the way they've been going, it's not been good. To me, I'm not ready to panic. I'm certainly discouraged with what I've seen, but it's only 2 games under 500, and I think it was you that asked me, okay, let's split the season into thirds. What do you expect when they're a third of the way through, which would roughly be about 50 games? I said I expect them to be around 500
25,
because they're doing all this without their number 2 arm. Once they get McKenzie back, and by the way, do you have anything on that, when he's expected back?
Right around when he's active or eligible to come off the 60.
Which would be June, right?
When it's hot
end
outside.
of this month, end of May. Yeah, very end of this month. He should be
we're
back.
going to need him. And then, what do I expect in the second third of the season? I expect them to go 6 or 7 games over 500 in that stretch because now they've got their arms figured out. Is Plesac the guy? I don't think so.
No.
Is Savali the guy? He can be sometimes.
He's got to stay healthy.
He's maybe a 4th or a 5th starter.
Yeah.
Quantrill has been,
Up and down.
all over the place. I don't know who he is yet.
He's pitching tonight against the Yankees.
I know we're going to find
haunted
out.
him in the past.
Yeah, I know. We're going to find out more about him tonight. But I'm not panicking. But here is the red flag that definitely has me concerned. You have 17 home runs in 28 games.
Yeah.
That is not going to do it. That's not even going to come close. There are guys that have as many home runs in one day as the Guardians' leading home run hitter has all season.
Yeah.
It is a code red, all sirens are blaring, and I don't know where it's going to come from.